Our new release is iOS 14.
It's that time of year again. Apple is releasing iOS 14 and Google is releasing Android 11. And that rivalry between those two companies isn't any less competitive this year. So Apple in June 2020 released the latest version of their iOS operating system, iOS 14 beta. The stable version is set to release towards the end of the year, probably September or October. iOS 14 is one of Apple's biggest updates to the iOS operating system, and today we'll be taking a look at some of the major features and major tweaks of the iOS updates. My name is Udi, I talk about tech, let's shoot. There was a lot of talk and even memes about Apple copying Android in iOS 14. Is it true? Well, yes, but does it really matter? These are features we all wondered why they weren't in iOS in the first place, whereas Android has had them for years. But still, it's not like Apple just did a copy and paste of Android. No, they added their own little features on top of it that really make it Apple style and a better and cleaner UI overall, coming from iOS 13. So I divided the features into categories to make it easier to understand. So we have home screen, compact UI, privacy enhancements, default apps, and even other features I think even Google should copy. So let's get to it. So first we have the home screen redesign. iOS 14 introduces a new design to the home screen which allows for far more customizations than ever before. Yes, customizations. I can't believe we're even discussing this. Customizations on an iPhone. So with iOS 14, you can finally add widgets to your home screen. So widgets typically allow for more data and more functionality, and Apple created widgets for their own default apps such as the calendar, phone, and so on. And third-party app developers can create widgets for their own apps. So that means we can expect apps like Gmail, WhatsApp, Spotify, even YouTube Music to have their own widgets on iOS 14. So widgets on the home screen comes in small, medium, and large sizes. And so the larger it is, the more information you can fit on there, the more information density it has. So all these features we know and we have all seen on Android, but Apple added an additional feature called widget stack. So now you can stack widgets on top of each other, up to 10, and you can swap between them by using a swipe gesture. This is really handy if you are the type of person that you love to utilize space on your home screen. This is a feature that you would love. So on the home screen, we also get something that Android users are pretty familiar with, which is the app drawer or the app library, which Apple calls it. So the app library is a great feature that allows your apps to be shown in a simple, easy to navigate view. So in the app library, every apps are categorized into folders which have categories such as utilities, productivity, education, creativity, games. You get the point. So the home screen on iOS 14 is a complete redesign, and I'm loving it. Personalization is very good here. So compact UI. Let's start with phone calls. So incoming phone calls on iOS 14 no longer take up the entire screen. Instead, they show up as a small banner at the top of the display, and you can swipe up to dismiss or swipe down to show more phone options or to answer the call. Android users are pretty familiar with this feature, and I know a lot of iPhone users are complaining about their phone calls being irritating. So this is a feature that many of them will pounce on. So phone calls are much less irritating. And this also applies to third-party calling apps such as WhatsApp and FaceTime. Also, under compact UI, we also get picture-in-picture. So in iOS 14, you can now watch videos or make a video call while doing something else on your phone. So a floating window appears which continues playing your video, or maybe you're in a video call, you continue your video call while you're doing something on your phone. This is a feature that has been present in Android as far back as Android 5.1, about 5 years ago. But hey, it's good that Apple is finally implementing it. I feel like I'm mentioning Android too much. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, still under compact UI. Apple's virtual assistant also gets a redesign. So Siri is putting on a new outfit. So activating Siri no longer fills up the entire iPhone display. Instead, a small animated Siri logo is shown at the bottom of the screen. And also, most of the answers that Siri will give you will now be shown at the top banners of the iPhone. So Siri is a lot less intrusive. Also, Siri can now answer a broader range of questions. So some requests that would have redirected you to the web will now receive direct answers. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, a sub to the channel will be incredible. Videos like this take a lot of time to put together. Now, privacy. Even before iOS 14, iPhones have been known to be very secure. The privacy features of iOS have always surpassed that of Android, and iOS 14 is no different. In fact, it's even better. Okay, first, we have the App Store privacy. Here, Apple is creating a section on a project page for apps on the App Store, which will provide you with an easy-to-read summary of privacy practices before you download the app. So 2, we have approximate location. So for apps that need your location to function, such as those that provide you the weather, you can now choose to share an approximate location rather than your precise location. This will enable you to get the info you need from the app without revealing your exact location to the app in question. So 3, network access. So apps must get user permission to find and connect to local devices on the network. So there are some apps that need to connect to your local devices, such as those that control your smartphone devices. But some apps like Facebook do not. So you can restrict some apps from accessing your networks. So for number 4, photo access. So when an app requests access to the photo library, there is no longer a need to allow the app to access all the photos on your phone. So iOS 14 lets you to choose or select specific photos that the apps will be able to view. This is very helpful for social media apps like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. You no longer need to grant them full access to all the photos in your phone in your entire photo library. You can grant them access to just specific photos or group of pictures that you can select from those pictures the ones you want to upload or share with a friend. So for number 5, we have the light notifications. So whenever an app is using your camera, a little green LED shows at the top of your iPhone. Whenever an app is also using your microphone, an orange LED shows at the top of your iPhone. So it is really handy to ensure that no app is using your mic or your camera in the background. So another major feature update in iOS 14 is default apps or third-party default apps. So for the first time since iOS was introduced, third-party mail and browser apps can now be set as the default in place of Mail and Safari. So this means that people who like Chrome or people who like Gmail can now set those apps as their default apps for their iPhones. And you can also set other apps, other certified apps. We know that iPhone is centered on privacy and security. So those apps have to be certified by Apple before you can set them as your default apps. So the last category we'll be talking about today includes features that I think even Google and other Android manufacturers should copy. So these features can be found in the accessibility settings. So iOS 14 includes a number of accessibility improvements, one of which is sound recognition. So sound recognition is a useful accessibility option for those who are hard of hearing. It allows the iPhone to continuously listen to certain sounds, such as a baby crying, a fire alarm, a doorbell, a knock on the door, a dog barking, and more sounds like that. So when the iPhone detects one of the flag sounds, it will send an alert. After the feature is set up, it can be toggled on and off in the control center. Also in iOS 14 accessibility settings is a back tap feature. So that feature allows you to double tap or triple tap the back of an iPhone to execute an action like bringing up Siri, accessing the control center, taking a screenshot, adjusting volumes, and more actions like that. And there are many other new features in iOS 14, some of which are in the stock app, the default apps of iOS. So iOS 14 is compatible with the same phones that were compatible with the iOS 13. So from the iPhone 6s to the iPhone 7 to the iPhone 8 all the way to the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro Max, we'll be getting the iOS 14 updates. So will you be getting the update on your iPhone? Let me know in the comment section what your favorite feature of iOS 14 is. Mine was the back tap feature, which is very useful, and the privacy enhancements that iOS 14 brings to the table. And before you guys ask, yes, I'll be making a video on the new features of Android 11 as well, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, it's right there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.